Welcome back. I'm Kevin Locken with Mitchell Acoustical, and today we're going to show you guys 3 ways to raise or lower a ceiling after it's been finished. First, we're going to go ahead and remove this tile and then set up the laser so I can check my levels. And what I usually do here is I'll take a laser card and I'll have it marked at 2 inches. And that 2 inches gives me enough depth on the ceiling when I place the laser card on it to check my levels. So I'll go ahead, turn this on, bring it down to 2 inches. So that gives a little bit of clearance height between the ceiling tile because I don't really want to move it because there's wires in the way. The first way that we're going to raise this ceiling is check our level. And then we're going to see how much higher it needs to go. This one needs to go about another 1/4 inch. So what I would do in this scenario is unwind this wire, bring it out, and I'm still connected with a wire here and a wire 4 foot away. So I know I can let that one loose. So I'll come here, I'll pull this wire taut again, I'll grab my clines, give it another quick tug, and pull it up to my level mark here. And what I'm looking at is what I always want to tie off to is these circles right here. So those let me tie off. Some people tie off to here, I tie off to the circle. It's 6 in one, half dozen in the other. Straighten this out, bring this up to my point, and then I'm going to grab where I think that I might be and go ahead and crimp it there. See? So if you see, the previous crimp is about 1/4 of an inch higher than this one. So that's going to lift this ceiling up. This is a little bit thicker ceiling tile, and so it seems to get in the way a little bit. And now I'm at the correct height. I'll go ahead and I'll twist that off. So I just raised it 1/4 of an inch just by moving it just that slight bit and using another bend. So the bend of where the wire was about 1/4 of an inch higher than it should have been. So I took that bend out, straightened it, and then I brought that bend out about 1/4 inch down and then ran it through the hole to lift it up. I replaced the wire to show you guys the second way. And in this scenario, we're going to be high. So I'm going to go ahead and set this about 1 inch higher than it needs to be so that I can lower it for you guys. Put this through. Okay. So as you guys can see, it barely registers on my card here. And what I'll do is I'll take this movable part of the wire, this part's connected all the way to the top and tied off. So what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll use this as a lever. And I'll just slowly bring it down, and I can see this here on my laser card, that's why we set up the laser, and just bring it down to the point that I want to get it to. So right there, I see that it's level. I'll go ahead and I'll tie it off. And then you're done with that. That's the second point. The third way is the hardest way. Usually you see a high or a low point and you just go directly to the wire that's closest associated with that. But a lot of times you have to go down the line. So as we can see, this grid is a little low. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up here, and then I'm going to go to the next one after the one that we fixed and check that one as well. It's usually the problem that you have to fix the whole main if one is high. So you started at one point and you ended at another. So we're going to go ahead and do that here, and we're going to get to that. I'll release this wire, and then I'll take a look at my laser card, and it looks like I have to raise it about 1 inch. I'll go ahead, I'll push that up, get that to the point that I want, send it through. Now when we have a 14-foot deck, this can sometimes happen when mechanicals run through and past after we do the grid. And we have mechanicals in here that may have stolen wires at the same point too. So I'm just coming here to correct this and show you guys how I go about correcting it. See, so now I'm at the point where I want to. I don't have to raise and lower it and use that lever technique or anything else. I just go ahead and I tie this off. I'll check the one after. We know that the first one that we messed with is good. I'll check the one after, and then this ceiling should be level again. On this card, we're about 1/4 inch too low. So what I have to do is release this wire and raise this about 1/4 inch. And then our main will be good to go as far as being level to all the rest of the grid. I'll pull this taunt, find my level on the laser card, and then raise this up. Okay, got my point. Right here, I'm about 1/8 inch low. So the last part that I'm going to show you that you really shouldn't do in the field unless it's about 1/8 or less, maybe about 1/16, is you're going to come here with your snips and you're going to crimp and you're going to turn this. So that's going to stay. So now I'm level. I've got this crimped and you just turn it just ever so slightly. If you do this in the middle of the wire, that wire will eventually pull down. And when you get to a point where you're doing 650 grid, which is for drywall, and you start crimping your wires like that, it's going to pull them down and they may even snap because you put a little weak spot in the wire. So that's the 3 ways that I would raise or lower a ceiling if I had to come into a condition where something was high or the mechanicals got in after us and somebody saw a high or a low point in the field. That was a viewer submission. They had hit us up in the comments, so we're always active in those. So if you have any questions or comments, hit us below. We'll be more than happy to answer them, or even it kind of gives us some ideas to what content you guys want to see, and we're always happy to talk about ceilings, or at least I am. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.